Hi guys, it's December 9th. I am making another deck review video. Yesterday was shocking weather, and the night before I had been looking at a reading from someone on YouTube, and she used the Gilded Tarot, but then she had a second deck that she was using to clarify each of the Gilded Tarot cards. So I asked what they were because I thought they looked pretty interesting. And she told me it was the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Now, from what I gather, these are only out since September of last year, so they're only like a year and 4 months in circulation. So I got on the bus yesterday while it was raining. I wasn't working, so I got on the bus and I went to the nearest city where there's a shop called Dervish, an amazing crystal shop. I had a feeling that I had seen this deck up there before, so I went up there almost praying on the bus that they would have a copy for me, and sure enough they did. So here's the box. It's low scarabeo. It's your normal tuck box, but because of all this gold, it's slightly thicker a box than a normal tuck box, so it does feel that little bit more durable. There is a book obviously with it, a little white book. As with all Low Scarabeo books, they're in a few different languages, so the first 20 pages only are in English, but the little bit of information is absolutely amazing for each card. I would highly recommend keeping this book and using it. I do like to, I've gotten to the stage now, I've been learning for 3 years myself the tarot, and I've gotten to the stage where I pick cards and I'm quite happy relating them to whatever situation I'm asking about or whatever, but I would recommend reading what's in this book. It's only a tiny little, like for example, like there's just a little paragraph look for each card. So for example, the Four of Swords, the effigy of the knight adorns his tomb, and his swords are hung nearby in honour of a lifetime of victorious endeavour. He is at rest now and will fight no more. This scene is a symbol of strife that is permanently ended. The knight is honourably released from the past and can go in peace. So there's just a small little paragraph on each of the cards. So the cards are the same height as a US Games deck of cards, but they're slightly narrower. So this is the back of the cards. They're not fully reversible because there's a little crescent moon here right in the center. So if you turn it the other way, the crescent moon's going to be facing the opposite direction, but I don't do reverse cards, so I don't care about that. And the card stock is beautiful. They are slightly thinner, I'd imagine, than Low Scarabeo cards usually are, but they're incredible for riffle shuffling. I love to riffle shuffle, so I'm perfectly happy with this card stock. They're not too, they're not too thick a deck anyway. They're very, very easy to hold with my tiny hands. So there is gold. They're not gilded or anything, but there is gold on each card like there is in the box. They are Rider-Waite based cards. They have every single bit of symbolism that a Rider-Waite card has. The only real difference is the artwork. The facial expressions and everything are prettier on these cards. Everyone's kind of stern looking in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, whereas there's proper facial expressions and facial details and stuff in this deck. And also all the characters are up closer to the foreground of the cards, so you can just see that bit more detail, kind of even in their bodies and stuff, So for example, here we have the Fool card. So normally in the Fool card, he's just that bit further back and the dog is that bit smaller, and there's more detail in this. See the gold? Oh my god, that is so freaking cool. Look at it. So there's the Fool card. The Magician. every single bit of detail. The as above, so below, all the elements on the table, the roses and lilies, the figure of 8 above his head, everything is there. The High Priestess. Empresses. Oh, beautiful. Look at the gold. See how much prettier the faces are in this. Do you know? So very pretty. That gold is incredible. I love that it's a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but even prettier. The Lovers. The Chariot. The Strength card. Oh, I actually like that too. They don't have the names of the cards, so they just have, for the majors, they just have the number above and they have the number below. And in the minors, they have the number on the top and just a symbol of the suits on the bottom. I think that's pretty cool. That's a beautiful Hermit card. The Wheel. There's a few cards that I'm not madly fond of, with the Wheel being one of them. But just because everything is so much prettier and because of the gold in this deck, just makes those cards even more beautiful. Justice, which is one of my cards. Justice and the Empress are my cards. I'm Libra. Do I have these in the right order? I do. The Hanged Man. The Death card. I love the Death card anyway, but this is just stunning. Again, you still have all the symbolism. You have the rose on that flag, which is a symbol of rebirth. You have the sunshine in the background, the dawning of a new day. You have the pillars, which are the gates to heaven. You have the king, you have the bishop trying to keep death away from the woman and child. Between the horse's legs off in the distance in the water, you have a boat. And there is a path up here. It's always a path. So yeah, all the symbolism is there. The Justice card is just stunning. Look at that goldy sun behind. I love it. The Devil card is even cool. And I wouldn't be a massive fan of the Devil card. Not because it's considered a bad card, but just because, you know, it's not the prettiest. But this is pretty awesome, I have to say. The Tower card is cool. Star card is beautiful. The Moon card. The Moon is really, really awesome. I've always liked the Moon card anyway, but see, again, everything is up closer. So you have the Moon closer, you have the pillars closer, you have the dog and the wolf closer. So it's amazing. The Sun. Not so much a creepy baby, slightly older child. Still naked though. The Judgment. And the World. And again, the World wouldn't be one of my favourites, but I think it's just so beautiful here with the gold. So, Wands. Ace. 2. And you see, as I said, they're exactly the same, but they are closer. So everything is that bit more visible. The 4 of Wands is beautiful. Look at that look. Talk about a celebration. 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands, defending yourself, defending what you believe in, standing up for yourself. 8 of Wands, 9, persevering, and the 10. The Page, Knight, and the horses really show the movement in the Knights. The Queen, and this Queen actually looks like a woman because in the Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, they're a bit manly looking. And the King. So yeah, as you can see, number at the top, where am I? Number at the top, and just the sword there to show you what the suit is. In case you didn't know about that big sword. 2 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Even the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is quite a plain card, but even with the gold and the kind of added detail and the bordering and stuff, it just makes it that bit more nicer. 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords. I love the 6 of Swords. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Page, Knight, and again you can see the movement because of the horse's front legs up in the air, so you can see it's a fast moving suit, you know. Queen and King. Love, love, love these cards. So Pentacles, beautiful, beautiful Ace of Pentacles. Oh my god. 2, 3, a lot of hard work going on here with these 3. 4, this guy ain't sharing. 5, 6, I love the 6 of Pentacles. Can't get over the fact that I didn't kind of look at these cards before, you know. I mean, I have heard of them, but I just hadn't looked at them, and I literally only the night before last saw them in a reading, YouTubed them, watched a few videos, thought, oh my god, I need these cards, and went yesterday and bought them. So thanks, Dervish, for having them for me. 10, Page, and I was telling the girl working in there that I do look at videos a few times before I decide to actually buy a deck, and she was saying, yeah, she said we can't open them up in here and show them to people, but I said, look, so people can look at decks on YouTube, or people can Google the name of the deck when they're in the shop and click on images and look at images of the cards and see if they're right for them or not, you know. But if I have a deck anywhere for a while and I realise I haven't been using it, I sell it on and might buy another deck, you know. Hold on to the ones I really love, and I pass on the ones I don't feel like I might use. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. The gold is amazing. Stay looking at it all day. Mesmerized. 3, there's some serious celebration in this 3 of Cups. I love it. 4, 5, this is the most beautiful 6 of Cups I have ever seen. I just think it's amazing because it's up closer, you can just see that bit of facial expression in it, and it's just gorgeous. Seven of Cups is another card that I've never really taken to, but this is beautiful. And again, it's because he's not silhouetted, he's turned slightly so you can see his face slightly, and it just makes all the difference. 8, 9, 10 is beautiful. Look at that look at that happy families card. Page, Knight, I heard someone saying in a video, the Queen, and she really does have this kind of come hither look on her face. It's pretty cool. And finally, the King of Cups. So, this deck is beautiful. I'd highly recommend it. I do feel like if you were a newbie, because when I started learning, I was told you have to learn from the Rider Waite. No, that's not, in the Bible. It's not the rules. It's not the law. But it's just that they say if you learn from the Rider Waite, you can read any other deck then afterwards. So I did get the Rider Waite, but I hated the Rider Waite at the start. But I've grown to love it, and I have lots of different versions of it now. But I think if you were starting and you didn't feel the Rider Waite was for you, I think if you got this deck just in all its beauty, I think it would, make it a lot easier to learn from. So I'm going to give these a few riffle shuffles and pick a card for everyone watching. Okay, so what does anyone watching this video need to know right now? And obviously, if you're watching this today or tomorrow, or if you're watching it next week, or if you're watching it in a year's time or anytime, this card will have, significance for you. Just because we choose to watch videos when the time is right for us, our higher conscious or whatever knows that a particular video would be good for us at the time. So, one more quick little shuffle now, and I will pick one. I'm going to read what's in the book because something fell out. 10 of Swords. Okay. So, Ace is the beginning of a cycle, 10 is the end of a cycle. So, the fact that this guy is on the ground with swords in his back means that it's the end of a cycle. He can't go down any further. This is considered rock bottom. But the only place to go now is up. So, that's the most important thing of this card, right? Swords is the mind. It's about communication. It's about conflict, all those kind of things. So, the 10 of Swords, the battle is over. It's time to bury the dead, heal the wounded, and make peace. This is a time of sorrow as well as relief. The harshness and violence of the conflict will not be swept away soon. All that can be done is to pick up the pieces and carry on. Okay? So, it's the end of a conflict, so you just need to get back up and keep moving. All this kind of worry, arguments, whatever it's been, bad times, it's not over, but you do need to get up and move on and heal as you're going along, So that's and actually I always look at the underneath card. The underneath card is the Chariot, and the meaning in this book is to do with the Sphinx are having a rest and they're waiting for their master to give them the go-ahead to move forward. So when I picked this in a reading this morning, it's like waiting for my higher conscious to give me permission to move forward with my life, So you need to get back up and forgive yourself and give yourself the permission to move forward. Okay? So that's my reading. That's my deck review. Absolutely stunning deck. I love it. We will be keeping it forevermore. And I hope you guys like it. Please do give a like and leave a comment. What do you think of the deck? How are ye? Would you like me to pick ye a card from it? Anything like that. Please do leave a comment. Thanks guys. Bye.